Hello there, welcome back to Simon's Shed, and this time, as you may have guessed, I've been buying some rolling stock, some of the Dapol Megafrets. So yeah, I've finally got all of the 14 Megafrets that I wanted for the freight train, and 12 of the containers to go on top, just waiting for the last 2 containers to arrive. But yeah, I think it's time to unbox it all and get it all on the track, and well, hope it runs over the point work, around the curves, and hope it fits in the fiddle yard and so on. So yeah, and we also need to figure out what couplings are best to use for this. So let's get over to the track and start unboxing. This is going to take a while. We get a box of containers, get those out. We get a box of wagons, the Megafrets, get those out. Then what I'm going to do is take the Rapidos out of the ends, and for now I'm going to use the Dapol, I don't know what you'd call those, sort of knuckle couplings. They're not the magnetic ones, in the middle of the rake, and then at each end we'll have one of the magnetic couplings, the Hunt magnetic couplings, and obviously fit the blue bar in the middle. Rail them onto the track, whiz them around, hook them onto the back of the rake, whiz the train round over those points behind the goods shed, just to confirm that it's all firmly on the track and all the wheels are on the track. If it can go through there forwards and backwards, it's definitely railed properly. Bring it back and get another pair of wagons. Yeah, we've got to get up to 14, so I'll see you in a little while. Well, it is several hours later. Well, in fact it's the next day, but I spent several hours setting these up yesterday and a bit more time today. So what happened was, obviously these are in pairs. You can see there that little blue bar connecting each pair, but at the ends of the pair you got the normal coupling, and I thought rather than use the Rapidos, those are the Rapidos, they tend to uncouple sometimes on slopes and just straights, anything. But they include, Dapol have included these. They're not magnetic or anything, they're not sort of uncoupling ones, they're just close coupling plastic couplings, and they look pretty good. However, the problem is that they are too close, so the buffers were nearly touching, and even on literally a 15-inch curve, very gentle, the containers were sort of tipping over and just derailing. So went back to the Rapidos and put those on. I'd only got sort of 6, a rake of 6 Megafrets at that point, and yeah, the Rapidos went around the corner fine. Unfortunately, even though it is a flat bit of track under here, as it comes sort of, let's start you over here, as it goes off the scene there, it goes behind and underneath here, it's all level, but when it came out the other end there were only 2 Megafrets attached. So yeah, I thought it's time to bite the bullet and stop being stingy with the Hunt couplings. I was kind of panicking a bit that I wouldn't be able to get it to work at all, but never fear, with the Hunt Elite Intermediates on, it now does go around the corners and stays coupled. So I'll give you a bit of a preview. I need to adjust the loco settings to make the acceleration a bit smoother, but I'm still waiting for a couple more containers, as I sort of bought the entire stock from Hatton's and I had to order the last pair from Dapol, but you get the idea. Once those arrive, I'll put those on and get the camera on again and show you the whole thing on the layout. But yeah, it goes over points fine, and it goes around the corners fine. Just need to try it on the layout and see if we can swap it from one main line to the other, and see if we can get it down the helix and into the fiddle yard. That's going to be a challenge as well. Let's just back it up a bit so we can get the full effect of it coming through under the bridge. Are you ready for this? I'm not just looping the footage, they are still going. So that's all 14. No, they're still coming. And got all the containers. Wow, how awesome does that look? Cross your fingers. Oh, it's gone across the points there. Taking it very gently at the moment. I'll let it do a couple of loops and then speed it up. So far, seems absolutely fine. No issues other than, it's stopped doing it now, but one of them has a squeaky axle. So I've got it going a bit more of a realistic speed. I don't think they would go too much faster than that. Let's do a high speed pass. Here we go. Just realised that's a really good shot under the footbridge. How cool does that look? It might look even better with the wide angle lens on. Let's try this. So far, so awesome. Next test, I really should link those together, shouldn't I? How do I store it? And does it fit in the fiddle yard? And will it navigate across the points onto the other track? Oh, a little stutter for some reason. Not sure what's happened there, maybe a bit of a dirty track, but the important thing is it didn't derail anything. You can still hear that one squeaking. Excellent. Now, you see what I was going to do is take the loco off, run it all the way around the loop and back to the back of the train, and then pull it down the helix, but I can't take the loco off because it's disappeared around the corner. Well, let's just try it. That'll be a good test, see if it can reverse over those points and down the helix and into the storage. Don't want to tempt fate, but I think we're okay. I think they're going to be fine. in terms of running and actually staying on the track, because if it's able to push all 14 without bad things happening, I have to take that as a win. So once it gets down to the helix, it will come into the fiddle yard and into the first fiddle yard road. You can tell Oliver's been playing with the layout because we've got disco lights going on in the fiddle yard, but we'll leave that for now. So the loco's still going around the helix, but the back of the train has come off. This is going to be the tricky bit, I think. Absolutely fine. Now, does it fit? Slow it down. So there's the loco. We're not in. We're not in. Right, it's hit the end. I think we're in. Just, and with the loco as well. So that's handy. I can park the whole train in there, just in the fiddle yard, and still get everything else past here, in and out. Let's just have a peek. Yeah, it is right up against that board. So yeah, measured that one perfectly. You may be ahead of me here and thinking, well, that's all well and good, but how are you going to get it back out? Because it's got to go, as soon as it comes past here, it's going to, like most trains, you could get to here before it starts climbing and then change that point and just send it that way. This one, to get the back of it past there, it's going to start climbing up the helix. So I think it might be, we might have to split it up or park another loco. Oh, we can't fit another loco. Maybe put the loco, instead of at that end, put it at the back. So let's say it's another day, we've come back in the shed and we want to play with the freight train. So we start to get it out and we'll see how far it gets up the helix before it stalls. So it's past the point now. There we go. So it's got to there. The good news is it's cleared the point. So actually we can just switch that and then reverse it round. Unfortunately somebody's left another loco in the way, so I'll clear that one out of the way. Let's send it back down and it'll come through there, and this time it'll go off underneath the layout backwards all the way around, and it will emerge over there. So for those of you that don't know my track plan, and this is why I'm planning on a layout tour video hopefully soon. If you come out of the fiddle yard and then go that way, there's a track underneath here, because obviously this is a lower level. It gradually climbs up. It goes out here. It's the one closest to the bottom of the picture there, and then it goes back in there, and it's underneath here all the way around there. I can hear it, and then it will come back out there. So the whole point of it is to get the slope up as gradual as possible. As you can see, it's nice and gentle, and there we go. That's good news. We can get it back out of the fiddle yard again. You'll never see that on the Severn Valley line, but there are some slightly more challenging curves, particularly probably it's still quite gentle, but that S over there is probably the trickiest bit of track on the layout. So just in the interests of science, let's give it a go. Bit of an odd sight, but let's see what happens. Right now we're watching a massive freight train go past the West Midlands Safari Park, through a forest and over Victoria Bridge. It's absolutely fine, isn't it? The back's still going across the bridge. Well, there we are. It even goes through the tight S-curve, which admittedly is still fairly gentle. I think they're 12-inch radius, so if you do have tighter curves you might not get such good results, but I'm really pleased with the way that looks and the way it runs. So I'm going to carry on playing freight trains, and just to say thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.